Definitely have to take a drink talking about these guys. So, the Warriors, Golden State Warriors right now, 500 team, halfway through the NBA season, and they are not fucking looking good. They're not looking like a defending champion team should. I spoke a lot. I've done some videos saying that I think they have a hangover, and I think that's part of it. But also, it's just they're just not playing very well, guys. It's just plain and simple. There's too many turnovers. They're not cohesive. Defensively, they're not switching very well. They're small as fuck. They are just not making shots when they normally should be. And I really just think the turnovers are killing them. And then obviously injuries is playing a big part. It's a long season, guys. It's going to be really difficult for them to repeat. I'm a big Warriors fan. I don't think they're going to repeat. And the reason being is because the thing is, when you go through the playoffs and then you play in the championship finals, it takes a toll on your body. It takes a toll on the whole squad, whole team. For them to come back and repeat, to go through the whole situation again is very, very difficult. And they are an aging team. And when I say aging, at least their core team is aging, obviously. So to play 82 games again, they make it through the the playoffs, make it through the finals, it's going to be very difficult. They can't fucking play on the road for shit. I think they're 7-22 right now on the road. They're 22-7 at home. It's night and day. Obviously, I think they get their energy from playing at home. It just makes a big difference. Steph being hurt is not helping. He's missing a lot of games this year. I mean, he's getting up there in age, and it takes a toll on your body and everything. It's not looking good. Then they have the issue. There's just so many things that are going against the Warriors this year. I mean, we'll talk about the beginning of the year. I mean, stupid punch by Draymond to punch Jordan Poole in the face. And then to have that shit leaked out by the team. Come on. I mean, that shit is either by the team or somebody in the office, dude. It was a fucking closed practice, guys. Somebody leaked that shit out on purpose. That was not accidental leak. And then they still never caught. I don't even know if they caught the person who leaked that shit out, right? So it just kind of swept under the rug. That shit was it was definitely a tactical release of that video. It's what it did was pretty much harm Draymond Green's re-sign his contract value, his value overall, period. So it didn't help him. It was I hate to say, I don't know the behind the scenes of it, but that shit was purposely done. At least I feel that way. Who knows? But anyways, that didn't start off the season very good at all. Now, fights happen in NBA practices all the fucking time, guys. People don't get along. It just is what it is. But the optics of it did not look good, obviously, having that leak. Then the cohesiveness didn't look good. That shit you just can't unsee, especially in this social media age. So that shit got replayed millions and millions of times. I know there's thousands of fights that happens during practice, but this one was recorded, released, everybody saw it and kept seeing it for weeks and still see it. So that didn't help. Then Steph Curry got hurt. They didn't play, and you can tell by missing Steph Curry, they miss his leadership. They miss everything about him being injured and everything. On top of that, the young guys, I think they want a championship, so they've tasted it. But it makes it wonder. They're not playing to that level of that hunger level as they did last year. They already had the championship. They think it's easy. At least I see that. Sometimes I feel that way. Like, they play nonchalant, stupid turnovers. They don't make the right decisions. Just bad judgment when it comes to ball control, when it comes to certain situation. They can't close out. The most recently just at the All-Star game, Draymond and Charles Barkley now got into it. Everybody's, making a hoopla about that, how those two are going back at it again. I can't fucking say Charles is wrong. I'm not going to say that the Warriors are completely done. They're cooked. But as I mentioned earlier, one of my, shorts, I go, They're fucking not sizzling. I'll tell you that. Warriors are definitely not sizzling. Now they're getting there. They're getting there to being completely done for the season. Next year, new season, never know. But this year, if they don't, if Steph doesn't come back soon enough, if they can't hold off, at least stick close to 500 in the next couple games before Steph gets back, they're definitely done for. Jordan Poole is not stepping up. I feel like he's actually taking a dip in his gameplay versus what he did last year when Steph was out. I feel like he's just not making the. I don't know if he's forcing as much than just not making the right decisions, his judgment, and then his game. I feel like it didn't improve. It may have stayed about the same. He didn't improve his game at all, whether it came to passing, controlling the ball, making the right decisions and stuff. I felt like he's kind of plateaued. Or, the NBA it's tough. A lot of people get better, you know what I'm saying? So I haven't seen him. I don't see him getting much better. Draymond, I feel like he's just who he is, and I just don't see the massive impact that he usually has. Who knows? Old age is catching up to him. He's never been an offensive juggernaut, so don't, people are like, oh, his numbers aren't. He's never been off. That's not what we're looking for out of him. He's actually been making some uncharacteristic turnovers lately too. They're not gelling as a team. The only good thing I can see is Klay Thompson has come to his own. He's coming back. I see Klay coming back to the old Klay. I mean, we've been saying that he's hitting his shots a little bit more. He has more leg under his shots. He's making a little bit better decision. Obviously, he's getting a little bit older. His injuries, I see he's like a half a step slower. His jump is not as high, obviously, but I feel like he's just a half a step slower when he's driving with the ball. But it's nice to see him come back. I think getting Gary Payton the second is definitely going to help defensively, but the fucking thing is, it might be too late. Who knows when he's coming back with that ab injury? That's a debacle in itself in regards to that trade with Portland and everything, which fucking Portland Trailblazers, that shit was messed up, man. But whatever, man. I just, you know what? I'm going to root for them for the rest of the year. My expectations of them has completely lowered after watching this entire first half. I'm just talking about my expectation. It doesn't mean I'm not going to root for them. My expectation of them making the playoffs, making a run at the finals and everything, it's tapered quite a bit after seeing what they've done this first half of the season. So I hope they can turn it around. They still have enough time because it's only halftime. So hopefully they can make a judgment. Hopefully Steve Kerr can get these guys riled up. I mean, I'm hoping this first half was just they were just kind of sitting back in cruise control because they won a championship. Now they have a chance to make a run at the playoffs. I mean, they're in contention. Are they going to be in a play-in game or not? We shall see. The lucky thing, this is the best thing that could happen to the Warriors, is that there are about 10 teams that are all within like 6-7 games of each other. So, in the West, they have a chance. They have a chance to actually make a decent seeding if they can pull off a nice little run here, get Steph back, become 100%, get Gary Payton the second, back. If he's 100%, then they'll be tough. Then, we can obviously talk and see where they're at after that. But the West is going to be tough. They're loaded right now. The West is loaded, so that's another thing that they're going to have against them. It's very loaded and they're big. A lot of teams in the West are big, and sometimes the Warriors can struggle with that if they're not hitting their threes. So we shall see. I'm excited to see how it's going to end. I'm trying to be as optimistic as possible, but you never know. Oh, one other thing. And that Draymond thing with Charles, I thought that, Charles, he was giving his takes, and he was saying he felt like the Warriors are cooked and done. That's all he was saying. He was giving his, viewpoints, his analyzing, I guess he said, basketball. And I even mentioned, Draymond was wrong in the sense of attacking Charles. Hey, and I'm a Draymond fan. But I felt like, saying that, we're 4 championships in, we're ahead of you in the race. I'm like, that's not analyzing your game or your team's game at the moment. You know what I'm saying? That's the, you know, you're just taking a personal shot at that guy that, you know, frankly pissed you off. I mean, you can do that, but I'm just saying, don't be hypocritical when he's saying about that new media bullshit of how he, you know, he's all about analyzing the game when he takes a shot at Charles. I'm not a huge Charles fan, but you know, I appreciate his honesty. You know, he tells you his viewpoint, his opinions, and you can always have your opinions. That's you know, that's his is right. But I felt like, yeah, that was a shot at Charles. I didn't think that was he wasn't analyzing how the Warriors were doing at that point. So that's my thoughts on that. We shall see, man. I hope this lights a fire under our asses and maybe get the Warriors up and running and see if they can make a run. I hope so. I hope I'm wrong. But currently at the moment, they ain't do much of anything. So we shall see, guys. Other than that, man, you guys like this shit, subscribe.